Hi, good morning from Adria International Raceway. It's still quite early, 8 in the morning. It's quiet. We only have a construction site there and there, but there's no driving it going on. It's very hot and very humid. We have about 33 degrees. But nonetheless, the reason we're here on the racetrack today is actually to drive a proper race car, something I've never done before. Waiting there in the box, we'll get to it in a minute, sitting on proper slicks. So really something I'm not used to. I'm used to driving sports cars or maybe track tools on semi-slicks, but I've never actually driven a car on slicks. I've driven a race car on slicks, but that's a whole other thing. So I'm very, very excited. And let me tell you, the car that we're about to drive is very special indeed as well. We'll get to that in a minute. And who are we here with today is Tailored Motor Days. They are the ones who have provided us this track and this specific car today. And what they actually do is they offer this specific race car for privateers and groups to drive on track and have test days, sort of like renting a car to drive on track. And you can do it alone or as a group of up to 8 people. So if you're someone who likes to do that and would like to look into it on tracks around Europe, do check it out. The link will down below. But now let's take a look at the car. So here we have it. If you can't tell, it's a Ferrari 488 Challenge, not any Challenge, it is the Evo version, so actually the latest, greatest race car from Ferrari. I mean, it's an absolute beast. I already think it's great to look at. Recently I had the privilege of driving the F8 Tributo and the 812 Superfast at Fiorano, so kind of got a feel of how these cars are already to drive on track. And this one is a full race car, so it has the full cage, has slicks, it is gutted out and whatnot. So we'll get to the specifics later, but roughly has the 3.9 litre V8, 670 horsepower, and weighs just about 1,1500 kilos, so not the super lightest car, but on top of that we also have all of the aero from a race car. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. We have 2 driving sessions today. In between we'll be looking at telemetry and there will be an instructor helping me how to drive this thing. Again, I've never driven a car with slicks, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to let you know how this feels and how this feels compared to a road car. So yeah, let's get into it. drive. The other 5 drivers have just gone for stints. We actually have the whole track to ourselves, which is a little bit crazy. It is so hot and humid today. I just got into the fireproof overalls and underwear. Everything's been provided by them, which is quite incredible. It actually just started raining a little bit, but they said as long as the film between the track and the tire is still dry, they're not going to put on wet tires, so I hope we can drive out in slicks. And I think it stopped raining now. So yeah, let's give it our first try. I think the first stint is 15 minutes long, and the second stint is also 15 minutes long, and in between we look at telemetry, and the instructors tell me what I can do better and not. And next to me will be Pietro, instructing me permanently, and so yeah, let's just see what a Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo feels like on slicks. Okay, here we go. First time slicks, first time race car. So as we mentioned, there are only 2 tires for the car. The wet tires and the slick tires. Running Pirelli P0s. Let's see.
I saw a picture of us in crop tops with bare stomachs. Dazzling teens, liberated, party queens, friends with vomit. Was in resistance as I went in the depths of me. Take me on a spree through every part of me, orange lining.
Thank you. Thanks for your instructions. No. It's the first time on the track. But I have no idea where to go. It's very restrictive, but it also teaches you to drive clean and be super progressive on throttle output. And that's the thing, I'm used to sliding, and I like to just, like, on the exits, here just pin the throttle and power slide out, but it's not fast, it's just fun. My god. And I have a track tool, and I just like to slide cars a lot, and sometimes race cars. Did you hear that? He said I drive like a pro. We can work on it. Thank you. No, thank you very much, honestly. But what an experience! So this is the first time driving a car on slicks. In this case, the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. I'm absolutely gutted and sweat. But what an experience! I can't wait to check the telemetry now. But that's not so important. Just mainly to have a second go and see how I can improve. But what fun! Nothing like driving a road car, honestly.
Top job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very well done.
Stavi scendendo in corsa.
Are you still alive? Not like anything else. I'm completely gutted and sweat. Unbelievable. It's not comparable to driving a car. I think I maybe reached 5% of the car, honestly. It's so different. And the traction control is set quite high. So you really have to drive smoothly. You have to go on throttle very clean. As you open the steering, gently on throttle. That's something I need to learn because I'm so used to driving street cars with traction control off and just hitting the throttle and going out sideways. You can't do that in this. And the speed you can carry through corners, honestly, it's like nothing else. Unbelievable, what an experience. And I had goosebumps and a smile. I had to keep a serious face, but inside I felt like I was smiling like crazy. What a car. And the power delivery, once it has grip, the power delivery on the straight is breathtaking. Brakes are fantastic, super reliable. You just stamp on the brakes as much as you can, and it's there. And actually, as I mentioned in the Fiorano video, my brother worked on the Challenge Evo, so shout out to you, very good job. I'm still here. I'm not in the pit. Fantastic, honestly. Pedro is fantastic and he really adapts how you're driving, and if you're better or worse, traction, whatever, I mean, we left it the same. But and I've never been on the track. First lap I really had to see, and I quickly got the hang of it, and you have so much trust in the car.
Yes,
Brake at the
very,
right point.
very safe.
Very safe, much easier to drive.
Yeah.
I was a bit scared of slicks. I was thinking, don't throw the car away.
No, but it's very safe car.
Yeah.
High performance, but very safe.
Yeah, and on the straight is unbelievable, the performance. And I imagine, I mean, you've driven more with the car. Once you're routine with the car,
Yeah.
you can go down on traction and challenge it more on the limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
No,
nice.
it's
Yeah, what an experience, really. It's incredible. Thank you very much.
that's.
So we just looked at the telemetry, which is very helpful. I am by no means on a level where I can perfect myself, but it generally just is helpful to see. You have a comparison between a reference lap that was set by an instructor compared to your lap, and you have the different inputs, so throttle, brake, steering input, speed, I think G-force, and yeah, you can go into lots more. Generally, the first time on this track, so first lap I didn't know where to go, left or right. So I had to get used to it quite quickly because we only had 3 timed laps, 1 in lap and 1 out lap. But I did sort of get the hang of it, and I think my lap was 8 seconds slower than a reference lap by the instructor, but it kind of doesn't matter. But what I could see from the telemetry is that I need to brake harder. My braking time is very good and it spikes up, but I can apply even more pressure. And I need to steer in while I'm on the brakes. Since the engine is behind me and the power delivery is behind me as well, you have the most grip. If you're braking, the pressure's on the front. You transition the weight to the front goes down and you steer in then, because that's when the front axle has grip. Whereas if you're rolling or on the accelerator, even worse, then the front axle has less weight and does more what it wants to do in an exaggerated manner. So that's one thing I need to work on. But I do also have to say, given it was the first time this car and not my car, etc., I would much rather play it safe than sorry, go slow in and fast out. But they said it was pretty good, and the instructor said I'm a good driver, so I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, and other than that, something that I tend to do, but this is a head problem, is I'm on the brake, I go off the brake and I turn in and my foot already goes onto the throttle, and you can see this in the telemetry, there are little throttle spikes before I go up. And I'm sort of like resting on the throttle, which is wrong because it makes the car go up and slowly pushes it out. So much rather brake harder, sharper, lose speed sharper, and then wait to go on the throttle, and then progressively go up. So yeah, just something to work on. Oh, sounds so good. What a fantastic experience. Honestly, after those 15 minutes, I'm completely through. Not completely, but very through. I could drive longer. But we have the second stint now, and hopefully it's still staying dry. Yeah, so let's see, let's enjoy the second stint. As you can see, we're not in the car and we're not driving. Unfortunately, as it is motorsport, you can't control the weather. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. It's absolutely pouring cats and dogs right now. So out of safety reasons, we've decided to retire the car. Very unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. Nonetheless, absolutely worth it having the 1 stint. I would love to have had our go on the second stint, but even though I'm pretty sure, I know I could catch the oversteer, it's just too risky. First of all, it's not my car, it's too expensive, and they can't take that risk because they're responsible for it. So, alright, so there we have it, the end of the video. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. I hope you could remotely enjoy it as much as I enjoyed to stay here. It was absolutely fantastic. So again, a big thank you to Tailored Motor Days for having me here. I will put the link down below. You yourself can do exactly the same experience. I can highly recommend it. It is absolutely fantastic and a huge learning experience. And secondly, in case you noticed, the video quality and production was much better than what I'm capable of doing. That's due to the man behind the camera, which is Michi, who is kind of on the heel and toe team now. So I hope you enjoy his videos. Let me know what you think. I will put his link down below as well. And yeah, thanks for tuning. If you like, leave a like. Let me know what you think, and I would be very appreciative of a subscription. See you next time.
Thank you.